Have Real Madrid somehow found a way to get rid of Gareth Bale? Reports surfacing that Bale is now so exasperated with the situation, of course his summer transfer fell through to China, that he's now ready to sit out, or at least to move out in January. Shaka, this is a very strange situation, is it not? Given that the season is only 6 or 7 games in, he's played 6 of the league games, he scored twice, 2 assists. He's been a regular performer for Zidane, despite the acrimony clearly between him and the club or him and the manager. Why on earth has it come to a head now?
I'm not 100% sure why right now. Listen, I have to admit, Gareth Bale has done better this season than I thought that he would, given the kind of toxic environment that surrounded him all summer. Will he stay, won't he? And then they moved to China, falling through. But he's come back in, got given a chance by Zidane. Another thing that I didn't anticipate happening, but he got it and he took it with both hands. And he has been outstanding so far for Real Madrid this season. So why are we hearing these rumblings now? It seems strange. It seems, the timing just seems totally off to me, that this early, given everything we just kind of come through, I don't make a whole lot of sense of it.
Yes, because he was planning to basically sit there for 3 years, wasn't he? Play me or not, you're gonna have to pay me, and I'll be here, and I'll be available. And he's shown his worth to the team, which currently sits atop La Liga, by the way. This one game against Club Brugge in the Champions League, where he was left out, could that seriously have had an impact on his mental state, where he's now saying, "Well, I've had enough of you"?
I don't see why it does. And let's be honest, he's left out against Bruges. The team struggles. Then you come back in against Granada, you win. I think that's the perfect time to say absolutely nothing. And let everybody read in between the lines that this team is a whole lot better when I'm in it. But to come out and make these statements, no, again, it makes so little sense to me. On the one hand, I understand that given what happened this summer and the move to China falling through, you're saying to the club, right, that's it, I'm just going to stay here, I'm going to pick up my money. Nobody else in world football is going to pay me the kind of money that you are, or I was about to receive in China. So no, I'm just going to bide my time and bite my tongue. But you start well. When you're not in the team struggle. When you are, you're doing well, sitting top of the league, as you rightly point out. Given your history with Real Madrid and the titles that you've won since being there, this is the perfect time to say absolutely nothing.
Real Madrid certainly misplayed their cards in the summer when asking for the transfer fee after the wages were agreed with Suning in China for him to go. Do you think possibly around that Champions League game the club have gotten back in touch with Bale or his representative and said, you know what, we're ready to make this deal happen in January, we're not going to ask for a fee, you're free to go, and maybe that's the kind of catalyst for the fallout that we're now witnessing?
I mean, quite possibly, because the only way that this makes any kind of sense is that there's something else happening behind the scenes that we're not quite sure of, and that may very well be the club starting to think, how do we get Bale off our books? Because not only did the club play things incorrectly in the summer for me, but so did Zidane, and right now, given the form that Bale is showing, despite my own criticism of his behaviour and what was said in the summer, it's worked out perfectly as far as he's concerned. But then the bigger question is, given the form he's shown, why are the club making these moves now behind the scenes? If indeed, and I'm just going to your suggestion, that it's with a January exit to come. Given what the Champions League continues to mean to Real Madrid, given the fact that you just left Bale out in the Champions League against Brugge and you've struggled, why January with the knockout phase to come? It's just really, really odd, and no way you shake this seems to make sense.
What will his legacy be if he was to leave after 6.5 years in January, having won the Champions League 4 out of the 6 seasons he was there?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Given what we've seen on the rhetoric over the last few months, you want to feel that his legacy has been tainted. But I think once that dust is settled, whatever comes of the next 6 months or next 3 years, whenever he does leave the Bernabeu, once that dust has settled, and you look back on Gareth Bale's time at Madrid, the titles won, and his role in those titles, I think you can't help but be in awe. Unfortunately, it coincided with the time of Ronaldo, and that legacy will obviously overshadow everything else that happened almost in world football at the time, with one player being the only exception. But as a player, as a contributor to Real Madrid and their recent success, I don't think you can realistically discount the role that Gareth Bale played.
Yeah, a player who came in for such big money, a world record at the time, playing second fiddle for most part to Cristiano Ronaldo, still delivering in the big key moments. Of course, that final in Kiev will go down as one of the big highlights of his time at the Bernabeu. At the moment, he's still there, but it might not be for long. Real Madrid fans might have to love him after he's left.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.